Just out here getting ready for the early season and loading up my toolbox here. Just want to take the time here to kind of go over what it is that I put inside of my trailer to get ready for an early season field goose spread. My trailer, I've got it broken down into two halves. I've got a partition wall that adjusts. It goes back and forth on each rack depending on how big I need the front or how big I need the back. And we typically put all the decoys up front and the blinds in the back, so we'll have two crews working and they're not stepping on top of each other. In the front half, I've got other things in here besides just decoys though. I've got grass mats that I store in here all the time. I keep them in there because they always come in handy and they store nice and neat up against the wall. They don't take up any space. All my batteries are up here. I store extra shells, got some dry lube for guns if you need them, a tow strap, just some odds and ends stuff that are located right by the door that we can get at and get access to immediately. For an early season spread, I like to put a mix match of decoys in there, but I try to keep the numbers down. I typically carry about 2 dozen sleeper shells, and you wonder why sleeper shells in the early season. Well, geese are always constantly sitting down, laying down, and depending on the day, if it's a rainy day or if you're up next to a pond, they will lay down and lounge down. They give you an extra added bonus of realism, a different shape, a different size, a decoy to put in your spread to eliminate that toy soldier look. So I always keep a minimum of 2 dozen sleeper shells in my trailer. Moving on to silhouettes. Silhouettes I'll use in different times and different purposes. If we've got a drive-in, walk-in, we need to bulk up with numbers, something like that, I'll keep about 15 dozen in the trailer for that purpose. I also keep about 5 dozen slammer socks in there to be able to add motion into the spread where I want the motion to be. So if I'm using full bodies, I might add just a few slammers in different areas of the spread where I want to add motion, take away and detract away from where the actual blind is. Now on the full body side, I'll put about 10 dozen full bodies in this trailer. So what I'll have is about 10 dozen full bodies, 15 dozen silhouettes, 5 dozen slammer shells, and 2 dozen of the sleeper shells. If I had to use them all in any given day, that's a huge spread and it's more than enough for early season, but I can take and pick and choose what I need to use on different days for different situations. So moving into the back half of the trailer, I always carry around 3 fronts and 3 backs on the panel blind, and I try to keep them separated because we keep the grass a little bit higher on the fronts than in the back because those will accommodate the flip tops on those. So keep those right here. Got all the flip tops stacked up here. A dog blind, that's crucial because I always say dogs need to have their own blind and not in the actual panel blind, and that's for safety purposes and also marking purposes on the dog. Got all the chairs necessary for the panel blinds, and then also when we're filming, a lot of times we use the Solo 360 over here. Got a shelf up here. I keep all the panel blind supports, brackets, all that stuff's up here. It's out of the way, can easily be get at. Got a bucket down here. We typically put our empty hulls and shells in at the end of the day. Box down here, that's going to have all the stakes, all the hammers, all that stuff required. We've got a stake line that we put out and stretch it out so that in the morning I tell the guys this is the angle I want the blind on. Then the blind crew gets set on that. Then I go to the decoy crew and then we start working on that so they can get going. So we got that stake line, sets that direction of the blind how we want it. Got extra pins and everything in this little Yeti bag up here for the panel blind. Any odds and ends, bolts and stuff, keeps them up out of the way where we need it. Ratchet straps and bungees here so that if there is a situation where we need to bring the four-wheeler in here to haul stuff in and out of, we've got room for it. We can stake it down. Got shovels, rakes, all that stuff to be able to gather up material as quickly as possible out in the field, or if we need to dig down or do anything like that. We've got a magnet for gathering shells, picking up trash. That's always comes in handy no matter what time of year you are. And we've got a brush cutter, a hedge trimmer right there. You can cut a pile of brush in a short amount of time with those. Got flag holder over here. That's to keep those. We generally keep our guns hanging on the walls here so we don't forget them. They're right there, right in front of us. Well, it's the last thing you see when you close the door. It's all about being efficient. When you show up to the field and you drop the trailer doors, everybody's got a job and every tool's got a place. So there you have it. Everything that I put into my early season toolbox to help contribute to a successful hunt. Now every day, it doesn't mean that everything comes out of this trailer, but I've got it if I need it. Good luck to you in the field this year, and if you have any comments or things that you do different, drop them in the comments below. Thanks.